Ladies and gentlemen. God damn it!
Let this shit knock. I done turned Havana to Atlanta.
Right.
Wide varied shirts and bandanas. Every tiny thing that got me, I switched the planner. Bulletproof this radio scanners. Ballin' to they banners.
Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to listen to Steven Crowder talk about APAC questions, separating fact from fiction. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, donate, share it, and tell K2C to get a PC instead of a PS5. All links in the description box. You can do that there. I got a troll. Is what it is. What were we asking?
You need,
good.
Nah, man, you need some Team Biscuits, man. After that one,
You see the propaganda, like Trump's trying to join the Commonwealth again, and you hear the propaganda that comes from these fools. Like, I want no one's tea and biscuits. Okay, that's a major pause. I want nothing to do with it. So,
hey, well, you need some Walker's crisps too, man. Have some Walker's crisps too, mate.
it's more propaganda. As you can tell, they're trying to retake America. I will not allow it. Crowder will, though.
Hey, have some fish and chips too, man. You can't forget fish and chips.
This is right up Crowder's alley, bro. I'm telling you right now. He's all into that shit. But anyways. I did a video where I covered a little bit about Crowder talking about APAC, and his main problem was that they support Democrats, I guess. But this might be a little bit more detailed, maybe. And I'm trying to figure out is this a clip from the live stream that I already covered, or is this brand new? But I think it's brand new because I think in the clip I covered, he has a gun on the right side of his table instead of an rumble or just rumble block, whatever that is. Right? He usually has a gun there, right? So maybe this is a new video, and you know what? Fuck it, let's react. All right, here's Steven Crowder, the APAC question. Which, by the way, he was being hounded by for years and years. The quote-unquote groypers would show up at his talking spots and harass him about this stuff. And I guess they didn't have enough clout to answer them, I guess. Interesting, huh? Make sure you have some money, otherwise Steven Crowder won't even acknowledge you. But, all right, here we go. Here's Steven Crowder, the APAC question, which is a playoff, the Jewish question, right? He's doing a playoff of that. Here we go.
This is something that
My volume's way up too
give
low.
me a moment to explain some context here. I don't like seeing this
Watch your
division that you
ears.
see on the right, and I think that you have this identity politics, this kind of class warfare going on, really on what used to be the far left, which is the actual party of anti-Semitism, and then they've sort of.
Damn, he's just coming around the box, bro. Lying. Outright lying off rip. But he just, he's not worried about anyone checking him. He's not worried about the fan. If it's 100 fans that are like, yo, fuck you, Crowder, he doesn't care about you. He'll just, go away. He'll ban you, or he just won't acknowledge you. He'll move on with his day, right? And yes, he does fight. He fights for hell, I think, the devil itself. But, all right, here we go.
You have this identity politics, this kind of class warfare going on, really on what used to be the far left, which is the actual party of anti-Semitism, and then they've sort of connected with the far right in being anti-Semitic. There are actual people out there to whom the Jews are at the center of all problems in the world. And then you have people who, just like accusing you of racism, homophobia, transphobia, they use anti-Semitic to try and silence any legitimate criticism. Let me be clear about my stance. I hope that Israel wipes Hamas off the face of the earth. When people get mad, for
I
example,
feel like I did this video
at
already.
Christians or Jews blaspheming against Islam, right? When Muslims get mad, you can't paint Muhammad. Well, guess what? Your entire religion is effectively based on blasphemy because you're claiming that Jesus Christ isn't the person who he said he is and who we believe him to be. But
Isn't in Judaism, Jesus, he's like a rebel or something, or like a political leader, right? If he even did exist, right? I'm pretty sure. Like, there's no like magical essence to Jesus according to Judaism. I'm pretty sure, right? And Muslims have him as like a prophet, I think, and then in Christianity they have him as like God incarnate type shit. So maybe he's going to be fair and balanced about that. Fox News joke. All right, here we go.
people get mad, for example, at Christians or Jews blaspheming against Islam, right? When Muslims get mad, you can't paint Muhammad. Well, guess what? Your entire religion is effectively based on blasphemy because you're claiming that Jesus Christ isn't the person who he said he is and who we believe him to be. But we don't blow you up over it. I'm not a big fan.
Someone tell Crowder. Someone remind Crowder. It's like, well, maybe it's not Muslim. Maybe it's more of you live over here. That may be more of the reason. Once again, I'm not an SJW, but I'm pretty sure there's people that can make a case that not only are you targeting Muslims, but maybe even just broadly targeting Arabs, whether they're Christian Arabs, Jewish Arabs, or Muslim Arabs, or atheist Arabs. But there's people that think you're the American neocon factory, which is what made Crowder, right? That built him because he has subconscious fears of being not American enough. And he's a devil worshiper, that too. There are people who can make somewhat of an argument, like as lackluster as Crowder's arguments are going to be right now that we're about to hear. My guess, I haven't heard it yet, but my guess is going to be terrible arguments. But there are people who have maybe even more convincing arguments that you target brown-skinned people in the Middle East, bro. And a lot of them are Muslims, believe it or not. So, yeah. There's that one little detail that Crowder's gonna... he's a devil worshiper, bro. What do you want from me? Hamas wiped off the face of the earth? Like, okay, so here's Hamas. Here's all their bad actions. You know what? I agree. Those are bad actions. If anyone else does that, you also want them wiped off the face of the earth too. Right, Crowder? Right? If anyone else does those actions that Hamas does, you also want them wiped off the face of the earth. Right, Crowder? It sounds like it's a moral thing, not really a strategic thing. Maybe both. Whatever. Either way, your assessment or idea of the world says they should also be wiped off the earth. So, oh no, we don't want to investigate that one, do we, Crowder? Because he might ask for his own fucking destruction. But devil worshippers, they create the seeds of their own destruction inherently by the way they talk and shit like that. It's kind of blatant. But all right, here we go.
Religion is effectively based on blasphemy because you're claiming that Jesus Christ isn't the person who he said he is and who we believe him to be.
Also, once again, the idea is like they consider him a prophet. Like, he is blessed by God. He is a special person. Just not God incarnate was their idea, I think. I think in Judaism, he's not either of those things. So, but once again, he's not worried about who's listening because he has a lot of idiots that will just... Let's be real. They're fucking Pat Robertson, what's his name? Bill O'Reilly style Republicans that, let's be real, they get their rock. Like, I think they actually orgasm when the world gets a little worse because they're quasi devil worshippers, bro, or led by them. But here we go. Keep it rolling.
But we don't blow you up over it.
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
not a big fan of radical Islamism or Islamism. 150 million plus people who believe that violence is justified against infidels. I want to be clear about that.
Whoa,
Now,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
violent,
whoa.
radical Islamism, or Islamism, 150 million plus people who believe that violence is justified against infidels.
Radical Islam or just Islam itself. But I think the number would be well over, way more than 150 million people. I'm pretty sure. Damn, he's absolutely like just so dishonest in every sentence he fucking speaks. It's incredible. Like, he is just dishonest. Every fucking where you look, he's being dishonest. Holy shit. And if you're the infidel, they kill you. Got it. Are there Muslims that are in the U.S. military? Are there Muslims that kill other Muslims for the sake of U.S. policy or their job, quote unquote? I think there is. Funny enough. What are they? Or maybe he means a section of Islam, but the way he said that was like, you know, extremist Islam or just Islam, right? Like, he corrected himself. Like, no, it's kind of all of them. Here we go.
Problem specifically with AIPAC as an organization. Let me put a finer point on it. I dislike AIPAC for the same reason I dislike an organization. Far left, anti-American candidates.
Dude, okay.
Believe some to exist. You need to separate. With that being said, and as a Christian, I do believe that Israel has a right. Fan of radical Islamism, or Islamism, 150 million plus people who believe
Islamism.
that violence is justified against infidels.
So radical Islam or Islamism? Is that whatever?
Be clear about that. Now,
this guy's a
with
fucking
that being
liar,
said,
bro.
And as a Christian, I do believe that Israel has a right to exist. You need to separate your personal faith and your personal beliefs sometimes from your duty as an American. And I do have a problem specifically with AIPAC as an organization.
Okay, he needs to separate his faith from, but those are your morals, though. So, like, you literally can't do that. Literally can't do it, right? If you're a Christian, you can't literally separate your principles from your actions, right? You can't do that. If you do, then that's like, oh, I fucked up. I sinned. I fucked up. I can't do that. So you can't separate your Christianity from your fucking policy. You can't do it. Like, there's nothing that usurps God's word, right? Stephen Crowder? But fuck, once again, he's a fucking devil worshiper. I fucking told you guys. Let's hear it again. I told you. He will sacrifice whatever principles he claims to have. They are always sacrificial when it comes to American foreign policy, which to me is like, that's some devil worship shit. Especially when you have evidence of what happens in our foreign policy. And our domestic policy, too, to be real with you. So it's like, you say, yo, God, take a back seat. We got to kill some Muslims today. Yeah. It's like, Jesus is like, what the fuck, dude? That guy's not on my team. No fucking chance. He's welcome to join my team anytime he wants to, but he's not on my team right now. He's full of shit. That's my guess. Forgive me, guys. Here we go.
Your personal faith and your personal beliefs sometimes from your duty as an American. And I do have a problem specifically with AIPAC as an organization. Let me put a finer point on it. I dislike AIPAC for the same reason I dislike Act Blue and the SEIU. Because they give huge sums of cash to far-left, anti-American candidates.
So wait, did someone call you out, or this might have been planned, because the other video I reacted to, he said I'll go further into it, but he didn't actually do it. Maybe he did it on Rumble, and he did like a separate segment. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe he did a separate recorded segment, and he's uploading it now. Okay, fine. Fair enough. But yeah, that was the point. Like, yo, don't support Democrats. Like, listen, if you want to blow babies up, just don't support Democrats while you do it. And please, we need anyone out there, any one of you, we need blatant evidence that this guy knows that there's babies, like, it's a massacre happening in Israel, Palestine. There's a massacre happening. Someone find out if this guy actually is aware of that. If he's aware of that and he's okay with it, we got him. It's George W. Bush, ladies and gentlemen. Or no, wait. That was That was that Obama? It was Barack Obama with Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, it was Obama. Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Like that is the we got him moment type shit. Like, oh fuck, this dude is full blown. Like, I'm okay. Kill the fucking children. Kill them. Get them out of here. I'm okay with this. Get rid of them. Which is a devil worshiper to me, but others might just mean Republican. I don't think so. I don't think all Republicans are like that. I just think guys like this are like that. Just like no soul behind the eyes. Destroy, like wannabe destroyer of. He's not even like that level. He's like wannabe destroyer of worlds. Trash can ass, get slapped up, bitch ass motherfucker, bro. That's Steven Crowder. To a T. To a T. That is this guy, bro. Telling you right now. If someone enters your home, illegally, kill them. Kill them. He said that, dude. It's like, yo, is that how you're supposed? I thought it was supposed to be like, yo, make sure no one robs you or harms your family or something. Like, he's not even saying that shit. He's like, yo, just kill him. Just kill him. Get him out of here. Like, yo, you're a fucking devil worshiper, bro. Straight up. Except, like a pussy version of it. You know what I mean? Like, where like the devil's like, this bitch calling me again, bro. Fuck. New phone. Who this? Oh, it's Steven here, and am I doing your bidding today? All right, here we go.
AIPAC for the same reason I dislike Act Blue and the SEIU. Because they give huge sums of cash to far-left, anti-American candidates. The only caveat with AIPAC is...
By the way, Joe Biden's far left to this guy.
I have no problem with someone who supports Israel. I have a problem with someone who's anti-First Amendment, anti-Second Amendment, right? Who's pro-abortion, because, I passed the litmus test, pro-Israel. And so you see AIPAC supporting. You cannot give money to a far-left Democrat in 2025 and claim that you love America.
Now, you have to figure out, who does he mean by far left? Because that's not AOC. That's not Bernie Sanders. Like, who's the far left in his mind? I think it means, like, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, whatever the fuck. Like, that doesn't make sense as far left. Like, I think other people would consider them far, like, not far right, but right-leaning in their policy. Interesting enough. But let's be real. Crowder's here to be... He's purposely dishonest, bro. Like, he literally sucks the devil's dick, bro. No joke. Those Bill Hicks jokes that you know about, bro, he's a literal Satan cocksucker, bro. Actually, that's how he lives his life, bro. I'm telling you right now. You think I'm joking? I truly believe that. I could be wrong. Hey, anyone could be wrong about anything. But I actually believe that. I think this guy sucks the devil's cock. I really do believe that. And he likes it, too. But here we go.
Christian, I believe in charity. We all do. At least 1/10 goes to the church, right? A tithe. I also understand that as
1/10 goes to the church. He means mega churches that... like, everything about it is like devil worship shit, bro. It's like clear as day. All right, here we go. Sorry.
Pro-Israel. And so you see AIPAC supporting... You cannot give money to a far-left Democrat in 2025 and claim that you love America. I'm a Christian. I believe in charity. We all do. At least 1/10 goes to the church, right? A tithe. I also understand that as an American, I shouldn't be voting for the United States to be the charity of the world, because that's not my role. It's a system of government. I should personally be charitable. It's not the United States' duty to effectively spend themselves into oblivion, into greater debt, in order to help Zambia, Ghana. Same thing. I personally support Israel's right to exist, and of course, their war against Hamas right now. That doesn't mean that our policy should at any point place allegiance to Israel or some kind of lobbying group above that of the United States. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it doesn't, because you don't want your money spent. And you brought up Zambia and Ghana. That's who you brought up. He didn't. Did he just find a way to not say what everyone was thinking? Did he find a way to not do that? Am I tripping? I think he found a way to not say that. Like, I don't want my money to go into Zambia or Ghana. It's like, yeah, but what people are complaining about money going to ... He's like, won't say it. I support them against Hamas. It's like, what do you think their reason is for giving them so much money? Israel, that is. I can say it. I have no bosses. I don't suck the devil's dick. I'll say it. Why are we giving billions of dollars to Israel to massacre another group of people? He's like, I guess he can't say it. Let's hear that again.
The United States to be the charity of the world, because that's not my role as it's a system of government. I should personally be charitable. It's not the United States' duty to effectively spend themselves into oblivion, into greater debt, in order to help Zambia, Ghana. Same thing. I personally support
He can't
Israel's
say
right
it.
to exist. And of course, their war against
What?
Hamas right now. That doesn't mean that our policy should at any point place allegiance to Israel or some kind of lobbying group above that of the United States.
Anyone figure out his policy from those statements? I don't know what he means. Like, he's like, we should not be, like, I can personally be charitable, but I don't want our government to be like that. So I don't want money going to, because we're talking about APAC, obviously. So, like, I don't want money going to over here, Ghana and Zambia. It's like, what? What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? And then it's like, of course, I want the right of Israel to exist. I need that. I want that. Which also means money to Israel, right? And I support them in their war against Hamas, which also means weapons and money to Israel. So, like, he needs to further explain this. Like, actually explain it. Let's see it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. You haven't
I'm
explained
a
anything.
Christian first, and then I'm an American. But as it relates to our system of government, my duty is as an American first. And I understand you.
That doesn't make sense. Because if America made a rule where it's like, kill all the Christians. Or you must have an abortion this year. Then your Christianity is supposed to come out and be like, no, that's not the right thing. I'm against that. Right? That's your Christianity talking, right? Not the will of the people, because if the will of the people said something that's against your Christianity, you'd stand against it, right? So, no, that doesn't make sense, Crowder. It makes sense amongst idiots, but people who have fucking brains, it's stupid as shit. And you're a devil worshiper. Let's keep it going.
But as it relates to our system of government, my duty is as an American first. And I understand you can be Jewish and American.
Yeah,
but as an American, it is your duty when you vote and we discuss politics to place this country first. The founders were very, very clear about that. So,
let's do that.
Getting into this, there are a lot of claims out there, some of which are true, some of which aren't, and claims from both sides regarding AIPAC. So I'm going to go through some claims, both from the attack angle and the defense angle, and hopefully make sense of this. All references are available, link in the description. Just, if you disagree, I expect hate to come from all sides here. And I think that most people out there probably line up with this line of thinking more than the people who scream the loudest on social media. You can comment at the end of this segment. What is AIPAC? They're the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, and of course you've heard a whole lot about them in the news recently.
A big part of the conversation is a particular lobby group.
Recently? It's like, I'm telling you, this guy's full blown. He's been devil worshipping since he's figured out, like, wait, I'm a little bit American? I'm going to move back there and, I thought I was Canadian the whole time, and then, Dan Aykroyd will never like me. I wish I was Dan Aykroyd. There we go.
Called the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or
Jesus Christ, I have to fix this
also
whole
this
screen
lobby,
because of
AIPAC,
this one.
which is a very, very powerful lobby.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. In response to this tweet, would love to know who Representative Ilhan thinks is paying American politicians to be pro-Israel. Omar tweeted again, AIPAC.
Ostensibly, it's a group of Americans who lobby on behalf of Israel.
A lot of the big money lobbies that are corrupting a lot of our politics. Big oil, the NRA, AIPAC.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Why would you show... Okay, he made his whole point about... But these guys give money to far-left politicians. But these guys are all complaining about it, which means they're not taking money from AIPAC, which means... What, Stephen Crowder? Like, your initial assessment made no sense, and it's proven to be just cheeks. Also, AOC is hot as shit. Good God, she's a fucking hottie. Anyways, let's continue.
Politics, big oil, the NRA, APAC.
That was Ilhan.
It's
Ilhan's
pretty
fucking
obvious
beautiful, too.
why APAC would
This
be
dude's a fucking
investing in
dweeb.
getting pro-Israeli politicians into the government.
If you stand up, you're going to find that APAC and other billionaire-funded super PACs are going to go to war against you, putting huge amounts of money in a primary in your general election.
So he just made a claim earlier in this video that it's the far left that AIPAC's giving money to. Does that include those guys that would even your dumbest fan would be like, "Oh, far left? You mean AOC and Bernie Sanders. That's the far left. Those are the socialists, the communists, I mean. Those are the communists of the Democratic Party, right?" But Crowder just told you that. That means those guys are taking AIPAC money, but now he's showing that they're not taking AIPAC money. So those guys aren't the far, like, they're actually are those guys the moderate left? And it's Pelosi and Schumer. Those guys are they're the far left? I don't get it. This guy's a fucking idiot. He's like, it's like, Jesus, did you think about this before you made this fucking thing, Crowder? Did you think about it first? Of course he didn't. He's just like, devil, when you want me on my knees, bro? When do you need your cock in my mouth? At what point? Now? All right. Here we go.
All right, a lot to unpack there, as the kiddos say. So it's time for some Claim Truth.
Oh, it's a segment.
Now,
Target
here's
children.
the
Got
first claim I'm going to address, and this will get me sideways with conservative nonprofits who support Israel no matter what at every single point, including AIPAC, that AIPAC is a very conservative organization.
AIPAC's election war chest, financed by major donors, including several Republican billionaires and key GOP funders.
Also, someone should ask Crowder what Israel right to exist actually means policy-wise for him. And you'll find out. It's like, yeah, he'll kill kids, bro. He's okay with it. He will murder children. Anyways, here we go.
Conservative organization.
AIPAC's election war chest, financed by major donors, including several Republican billionaires and key GOP funders, has started imposing expensive consequences for lawmakers who express criticism of the U.S.'s unwavering support for Israel.
Okay, here's the truth. AIPAC donates significantly more to Democrats than Republicans. They do donate a lot to Republicans. Again, their only qualifier is, do you support Israel, period. That is not an American ideal as far as policy. They give more to Democrats. So in 2024, Democrat candidate.
Okay. Now, the Democrats he's shown. I don't know where he's going. I'll listen now.
Again,
where's he going?
Their only qualifier is, do you support Israel, period. That is not an American ideal as far as policy. They give more to Democrats. So in 2024, Democrat candidates received from AIPAC, to give you an idea, $19.1 million. I believe this is a total of congressional and Senate candidates. Republicans, $15.7 million. The average contribution on a candidate-by-candidate basis for Democrats, $117,000. For Republicans, $66,000. So almost twice given to individual Democrats, to be clear. Let me give you some examples, by the way. And this is, look.
I don't get where he's going with this.
I sat in an evangelical church where, yeah, it was always support Israel. And by the way, of course, as Christians, we do believe that they have the right to exist to that land. Fine, but I'm separate.
Yeah, and that's like the fifth time he's fucking said that. That's weird, right? Is that not weird? Thinking human beings in the world? That's a pretty weird statement that he keeps repeating that same statement over and over and over again. Almost like he's one of the politicians that also repeat that narrative. Paid by AIPAC or not, they all repeat that same word, those same words over and over and over again. So, okay. Like, okay, and I guess he's, his denomination is evangelical, which is, let's be real, the batshit wing of Christianity. It's like, yeah, we need, Muslims to go in there, tear some shit up, and then Jesus will come back. I mean, okay, Muslims tear some shit up, then Jewish people fight back, and tear some shit up. And then once the Dome of the Rock is blown up or something by Muslims, boom, Jesus comes back. He's like, damn, you fulfilled the prophecy. You finally killed all each other. Finally, I can come back now. And we take the word of the Bible literally, but once again, Crowder has been clearly shape-shifting that idea to mean borders, and he's a devil worshiper, basically. He's a full-blown devil worshiper. Let's keep it a buck. Anyways, here we go.
Democrats.
I can't help it.
Let me give you some example, by the way. And
he's
this is
so like he's like dumb
Christian,
and
I
full of
sat in
shit.
an evangelical church where, yeah, it was always support Israel. And by the way, of course, as Christians, we do believe that they have the right to exist to that land. Fine, but I'm separating that here. I didn't realize just how corrosive it was to have such a large organization supporting awful people who seek the destruction of your country. And here's the thing. That has nothing to do with Jews. For example, AIPAC gave $866,000 to Hakeem Jeffries, $519,000 to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Kirsten Gillibrand, $480,000. Nancy Pelosi, only $8,000, but she doesn't need it. She has insider trading to fall back on.
They gave her.
Those are the far left, according to Crowder. Like, he is. Oh my God! If you're still tricked by Crowder, God help you. You are one of the dumbest human beings on planet fucking Earth. Even right now, as he's debunking himself in real time, and then showing it like it's evidence he's giving you. If you are still tricked by these fucking idiots, good fucking Lord, God help you. I got miracle water. It costs like $10K per ounce. I can sell you that shit, bro, if you want it. Copy in Jody's corner. Like, yo, hit me up, bro. I got that miracle water, 10K an ounce. Hit me up. I will supply you with the miracle water, bro. Just hit me up, bro. That's all you need. You got cancer, just pour one of these little packets on it. Cured. You got asthma, just drink a little bit of this. Boom, cured. Any problem you got, bro. Your car got a dent in it, bro. Pour some of this holy water on it. Boom, dent gone. Perfect. Just follow me. This guy's such a fucking, like, he's bad. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say he's bad at it. I think he has such limited range he can go to where, like, he's gonna have to make something that is absolutely antithesis of your natural reaction. He's gonna have to make it sound good. That's where he's at. That's why he comes off as such a blatant liar. Because, well, he is. But I'm saying, like, even the dumbest amongst us can figure what the fuck he's doing out, like, pretty easily.
Dick, have you seen how he treats his employees?
Like, not gay Jared?
Oh, more than that. Dave Landau, Quarter Black Garrett.
Yeah.
They all took off, bro.
Even Owen Benjamin was like, fuck this guy. Right?
Yep, exactly.
But, once again, I mean, this was, for me, once again, was obvious from the jump. Whenever I saw this guy, it was obvious. Like, oh, he's a devil worshiper. And you guys are falling for it. And then once he betrayed them, then they realized, like, oh, wait, Crowder's not a good guy. I'm like, bro, if you couldn't see that, Lord help you. He's a walking, talking IQ test. Please don't fail the test, anyone, please. But, all right, here we go.
Money in other ways.
Yeah. So this is the issue here. You have people on the evangelical right who believe that Israel's our greatest ally. That certainly is likely the case, can be argued. That doesn't mean that AIPAC is if they're giving to Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Hakeem Jeffries and they brag about how 98% of their candidates are elected. Well, hold on a second. Let me ask you. Am I supposed to...
Bro, Crowder, the point is to win all the candidates, so then it doesn't matter who's in office. You get money from America. Israel, well, okay, technically, AIPAC considers themselves a domestic organization that wants the support to Israel, right? A foreign country. But, you know, they want to set up tents in both parties so that if shit goes weird, or if one team wins that was unexpectedly, unexpectedly fucking won, boom, you're still paid. You're good. When Biden's in office, Israel gets paid. When Trump's in office, Israel gets paid. Probably a little bit more, but still, they're getting paid no matter what. Right? They're good. They'll get weapons. They'll get money, no matter who the fuck's in office. Unless, allegedly, if these quote unquote far left people, like that's the thing about it. The guys who refuse to take money or refuse to just work with AIPAC are the people that he shits on the most. Even on this topic, he showcased them. So it's like, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Like, who are you going to tell us to support, Crowder? Who are we supposed to fucking support, bro, in this? It can't be Trump or MAGA people because they are overwhelmingly pro-Israel as far as money being dished out over there. Actually, he's probably not mad about that, actually, now that I think about it. He's not mad about that. He's just mad that they also support Democrats, too. But, like, listen, if you're a creepy organization, that's good strategy, bro. You gotta fucking win no matter what. So you fund both sides. Duh. Once again, if you're a dumb fuck and you're still watching Crowder, good luck to you. Like he is bottom of the barrel, like intelligence wise. Like, go watch Blue's Clues and you might get more of an education than this fucking guy. He is terrible, and he sucks the devil's dick. Anyways, here we go.
Doesn't mean that AIPAC is if they're giving to Debbie Wasserman Schultz and
Debbie
Hakeem
Wasserman
Jeffries,
Schultz,
and
really?
they brag about how 98% of their candidates are elected. Well, hold on a second. Let me ask you. Am I supposed to be on board with AIPAC? Does it make me anti-Semitic if I don't abandon my pro-First Amendment principles, my pro-Second Amendment principles, my pro-life principles? Why would I abandon all of those principles just because your only qualifier is supporting Israel? I do support Israel. I don't support those candidates, and I don't support a giant organization giving those candidates money. Because you're actively fighting against the United States of America. Their primary goal, AIPAC, is to get pro-Israel candidates elected. That's it. That does seem to me perhaps anti-American. This is from its own website. They spent $70 million in 2024 to support pro-Israel candidates, and 90-something% of the candidates won. They even brag that they helped defeat huge Second Amendment advocate Brandon Herrera in his primary because he was not pro-Israel enough.
There's a far leftist Cory Bush there as well. And is Jamal Bowman considered one of the Justice Democrat guys? Maybe he is. Is he? I don't know. Either way, Crowder would definitely call them, definitely Jayapal, right? They would call these guys far left. And they spent money to get rid of these guys. More so than Republican side, Crowder. But he's lying on purpose. I think he's lying on purpose. I think he's a professional liar and yada yada yada. Here we go.
It's like those people who say, I've been a Republican, but I can't vote for Donald Trump. It's a matter of principle. Okay, so the alternative? You abandon all your principles to vote for Kamala Harris because you don't like Donald Trump? He may not be pro-life enough for you. It's a state, when we're talking about the state issue, Supreme Court. Okay, fine. The choice is a candidate who supports abortion all the way up until including birth, period, and violating your right to self-preservation and transitioning minors. Why do you not have a problem with abandoning all of those principles?
Right.
Why are conservatives expected to abandon all these principles? Because they're afraid of being accused of anti-Semitism if they have a problem with AIPAC supporting Hakeem Jeffries, Wasserman Schultz, Pelosi, Gillibrand.
Is that the actual narrative out there? Can someone confirm this for me? Is that the actual narrative out there? They're like, I mean, you do all the dick sliding for Israel that is necessary, I think, for AIPAC. Like, yeah, you're good on that front. Why would AIPAC be that like? It doesn't make sense, bro. Like, this guy, he's so full of shit. Anyways, here we go.
The only
incredible
qualifier of AIPAC, and this is what I believe people have a problem with. It's a legitimate gripe. The only qualifier is, do you support Israel regardless of any other constitutional stances? And that's the only thing that this group cares about, lobbying American representatives as they advocate for American policy, and they're giving you money. Okay, Mr. Candidate, where do you stand on?
Okay, we have a comedy skit here but something tells me it'll be absolutely lackluster and not funny. But here we go. Let's see what happens. Who knows?
They advocate for American policy, and they're giving you money. Okay, Mr. Candidate, where do you stand on the Constitution?
It's an antiquated doctrine. It's in need of a few updates.
Uh-huh. And your stance on the First Amendment?
Scrap it.
Got it. How about the Second Amendment?
I'd take the axe to that.
And where do you line up on Israel?
Pro-Israel.
Here you go. That is.
You see how this is twisted? He's twisting it. He's twisting the actual gripes people have. He's twisting it around. Like, this is a fucking devil worshiper. I'm not trolling, dude. This dude might be a full-blown devil worshiper. He's twisting what people are actually thinking and saying out there. He's twisting it around to be about Democrats. Like yo, we'll willy-nilly bomb for Israel, bro. Just give us the fucking money. Don't give it to Democrats. Which is also, it's a fake game, because even Crowder gets what he wants. If there's a Democrat in office, like, he actually does. He actually gets what he wants politically. If there's a Democrat in office, it may look like words out of their mouths wise. It may look like there's a tug of war happening, but in actuality, like, this guy's not affected either way, bro. Like, he wins no matter what. Just like AIPAC wins no matter what. Like, he's in the same camp. Believe it or not, bro. Holy fuck. If you're falling for this, you have to be like, you are 60 plus years old, most likely. No offense I'm not trying to be ageist, but I am. I'm going to be ageist. If you're 60 plus years old, maybe you fall for this. If you're young, there's no way you fall for this. It's clear as day, shucking and jiving, bro. Clear as fucking day. I'm wrecked, bro. This is so brazen. What?
I mean, the guy's a millionaire, and his wife, who doesn't have anything to fall back on, divorced him and kept the kids. So there's something going on in his personal life that's fucked up. I'm just saying, he's a weirdo.
Well,
and I don't watch him anymore for that.
Anymore. You fell for it then in the first place. But anyways, I didn't fall for it in the first place.
Years ago, he was kind of on fire, he was going viral and stuff, but
he was trash back then too. If you paid attention, he was already trash. These things he's saying right now, I already knew about him back then. It's already known. He already said it out loud already. It was already known. But now he has a giant mega platform or whatever the fuck he has. Like, now it's like, oh my god, Crowder's saying this. Like, well, he's been like this.
He proved it to me, and I'm a conservative, and I don't like the guy. So there you go.
Fair enough, but I'm not here I'm here so that you learn a fucking lesson. Honestly. Like, learn the fucking lesson. This guy was already full of shit back then. Like, it was obvious, too. But, whatever. Alright, here we go.
Here you go. That is documentary footage.
That was easy. By the way, it's incredibly
I
responsible to be pro-Israel and also be pissed
I love fake laughter.
off at some of the things.
That is documentary footage.
That was easy. By the way, it's
Chappelle
incredibly
laugh.
responsible to be pro-Israel and also be pissed off at some of the things that Israel does, right?
Sure.
Jesus was exactly this, incredibly pro-Israel, but stood in the temple and basically lambasted them for what they were doing and got really annoyed by them as well. I'll just have you say, sometimes like, how long do I have to put up with these people?
Oh, if Jesus went to AIPAC headquarters.
What? What? What are we doing? Come on, dude. Once again, and I tried to emphasize this to guys. I'm like, yo, there's a literal Holocaust happening right now in your living time period. This ain't black and white footage of the 1940s and 30s and shit like that. Like, this is actually happening right now in our fucking lifetimes. And you know what this fool says? This fool says, well, even Jesus yelled at Jewish people back then. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with AIPAC and what's going on in the world today? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck is this? What? You should just, like, that'd be like, wow, you're a fucking idiot. Why was that the first thing out of your face? You, look at the way he starts his sentences, and you'd be like, oh, he's about to bring up, like, you don't have to agree with everything Israel does. Look what they're doing in the Middle East right now. Like, no, that's not going to be his next words. His next words are, just look at The Chosen, a TV show, where Jesus, he's get mad at his fellow Jewish people because they're lending at interest or something, like whatever, right? It's incredible, dude. In your face. Like, fuck, man. Please, people, don't fall for this stupid shit. Hopefully, your database, your operating system has surpassed this. Like, this is obsolete thinking now, right? Hopefully, for people. Hopefully. Jesus Christ.
I think he's a closet wife beater.
By the way, it's incredibly...
He's what?
I think he's a closet wife beater.
Closet wife beater? I don't fucking know. I don't know. The point
is,
the things on the surface are so blatant, I don't know how you fall for that. I really don't know. But
he's got a temper, and I'm pretty sure he beats women, so...
Oh, no, I was calling him... I made videos calling him, like, kind of a psycho. But...
He is. He's a nut.
You know, no one listens. People are like, oh, no, he's not like that. I'm like,
no, he's fucking
okay.
Crazy. Fuck that guy. I like Ben Shapiro better than him. And that's saying a lot.
Fair enough. Here we go.
Footage.
That was easy.
By the way, it's incredibly responsible to be pro-Israel and also be pissed off at some of the things that Israel does, right?
Sure.
Jesus was
Let's see what Israel did.
incredibly pro-Israel, but stood in the temple and basically lambasted them for what they were doing and got really annoyed by them as well. I'll just have you say sometimes.
What did Israel do,
How long
though?
do I have to put up with these people?
Oh, if Jesus went to...
Damn, what did Israel do, though? He's like, it's okay to be upset with what Israel does, though. Remember when Jesus, like, wait a minute, no, what did Israel do? Not, you see why it's so stupid?
To AIPAC headquarters,
if you fall for this,
table.
Lord help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Lord help you,
He
bro.
probably cursed some of their fig trees.
Yeah, never
I'll
producing.
get you the holy water myself, bro. Cleanse your brain
Yeah,
out.
how do you feel about that? Enjoy your Hakeem Jeffries. So here's another claim that I'm going to go through, and now this is going to anger, unfortunately, the actual anti-Semites of the audience. And it's a very, very rare thing. But if you believe that Jews are the cause of all problems in the world, okay. I just ask that you apply your outrage equally. All right? And I'm applying it equally here. I have the same problem with AIPAC.
No, you're not.
Act Blue. Or I have with whatever elect Hillary PAC today. I don't like them because I don't like our point of view. They hate America. It's that simple.
They hate America.
But this claim that is being made is that AIPAC is the single most
if you fell for
influential
this, you're a
lobbying
fucking
group
idiot,
in
bro.
D.C.
Sorry, I
They
gotta be real
control
with it.
everything.
Well, AIPAC is...
Falling for Kyle Kalinske makes more sense. This shit is straight up like goo goo gaga dumb level shit. If you fell for this, good luck to you. I hope you're under the age of 12 or something. You're a child, you just don't know. But here we go.
Influential lobbying group
Good
in
God.
D.C. They control everything.
Well, AIPAC is one of the two most powerful lobbies in the United States. Not just the most powerful pro-Israel lobbies, but most powerful lobby, maybe on par with the National Rifle Association.
Okay, here's the truth. No, it's not. So if you look at 2024 lobbying, sort of separating this here, AIPAC ranked 191st behind groups like the National Association of Realtors, Chamber of Commerce, and Meta. So
Those
if you think the
chambers are
Jews
also
are behind it,
controlled by Jews,
yes,
Stephen, they're Jews.
If you think the Jews are behind it, a lot of Pinterest moms with part-time realtors.
Yeah, there's more money.
So his complaint is he's saying like people are anti-Semitic and saying the Jews are behind everything, and he uses a Jewish man to exemplify that. I'm wrecked, dude. Listen, I'm so far against tokenizing other people because of their ethnicity or religion or whatever the fuck. I fucking hate that shit. Oh, look at my black friend. Look at my Jewish friend. Like, I hate that shit. But these guys tried to. I'm wrecked. My brain's gonna explode. He's trying to point out, like, well, let me go back because talking about anti-Semitism, right? Like, we don't agree with the anti-Semitism of people, and he used the Jewish guy to do that, right? Am I tripping? Let me say.
Yeah.
I'll play the whole thing again.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Enjoy your Hakeem Jeffries. So here's another claim.
He's not
I'm going to
funny
go through,
either.
and now this
He's
is going to
terrible at
anger,
comedy.
unfortunately, the actual anti-Semites of the audience. And it's a very, very rare thing. But if you believe that Jews are the cause of all problems in the world, okay. I just ask that you apply your outrage equally. All right? And I'm
So he's
applying
here to piss off
equally
the
here. I have the same problem with
anti-Semitics
AIPAC that I
of
have
the
with
world.
ActBlue. Or I have with whatever Elect Hillary PAC today. I don't like them because I don't like our point of view. They hate America. It's that simple. But this claim that is being made is that AIPAC is the single most influential lobbying group in D.C. They control everything.
Well, AIPAC is one of the two most powerful lobbies in the United States. Not just the most powerful pro-Israel lobbies, but most powerful lobby, maybe on par with the National Rifle Association.
Okay, here's the truth. No, it's not. So if you look at 2024 lobbying, we're sort of
He
separating
used
here. AIPAC ranked 191st
Max Blumenthal as a
behind groups like the National Association of Realtors, Chamber of
okay, but money doesn't have to mean influence. From my point of view, I'm sure with others they only mean money, but I mean just like influence. They don't have to mean anything. And like money is not the direct correlation to me. As in, hey Crowder, you're saying, oh, well, every other sentence, Crowder's like, well, Israel has the right to exist. Every other fucking sentence, right? Bernie Sanders on this topic talks the same way. He's Jewish. He's against what Israel's doing on paper, at least. He doesn't take AIPAC money, and yet he's like, well, of course Israel has the right to exist. They all say that. They all say that. With or without AIPAC money, you dumb fuck. But once again, he expects his fans not to know that, and yada yada yada. Let's keep it moving.
behind
What am I
groups
doing
like the
here? I
National
don't know what I'm
Association
doing
of
here.
Realtors,
I should
Chamber
give
of
up on
Commerce,
politics. To be honest
and
with you.
Meta. So if you think
It's
the
this
Jews
stupid
are
out here.
behind it,
They're Jews,
yes.
Stephen. They're Jews.
If you think
The
the
streets
Jews
are
are
this
behind it,
stupid.
a lot of Pinterest moms with part-time realtors.
Yeah, there's more money coming from
Licenses.
Botox faces.
Yes,
than-
exactly. This is just big botulism. Now, if you look at 2023 to 2024 specifically, their
That's a
direct
better joke,
contributions,
but,
AIPAC ranked 18th behind groups like Act Blue, WinRed, Future Forward USA. Just to be clear, that's where they ranked here. So again, you can be upset.
And yet, damn, once again, forget about who says, Israel has the right to exist. Forget about that narrative. Let's go by actions of political parties. I'm sorry. We dish out the fucking cake for these motherfuckers. And we know what they're doing. We know what they're doing to Palestinians right now. We know the expansions in the Lebanon. We know the expansions into Syria. We know all that shit. At least, well, I hope they do. I'm sure they do, though. The government officials. So, once again, but those actions are not on the table for Crowder. He will not bring them up. He will act like a shield in between those actions and people having questions about, like, hey man, why do we support Israel so much? He wants to be the buffer in between and lead them astray because he's a devil worshiper, right? He's gonna prey off your worst instinct type of thing, which is what the devil does, right? I mean, look at his shirt. Fight like hell. He has a like Team Devil right here. Team Lucifer. I'm trolling. I don't know what his shirt is about, but it would make sense because he's Team Devil Worship, bro. I really believe that. Here we go. Here's the last seconds of this.
Forward USA.
Fall for this.
Just to be
Good luck
clear,
to you.
that's where they ranked here. So again, you can be upset about their influence because they may be advocating for another nation above the United States, but to say that they are the most influential is simply not. What's that, Josh?
Well, snack time.
What are you?
A distraction, but once again, they don't go over the entire history of the U.S.'s support of Israel. And it goes beyond just giving money and weapons. It goes to particular UN meetings where they're like, yo, you're committing crimes against humanity. And the U.S. is like, nah, we'll protest you if you say that. Bye. Or if some sort of international criminal court wants to offer sanctions against Israel, the U.S. would be like, nah, bro, if you do that, we leave you. Or we'll sanction you. Or whatever. and we're the most powerful fucking military on the planet, right? We have army bases everywhere. So it goes a little bit beyond the narrative that Steven Crowder's saying, and he's once again, he would call me an anti-Semite for what I'm saying right now, I guess questioning what he's saying. But oh well, you're just an anti-Semite. That's why. What?
I don't know much about his political stance about Israel. I think he's a kind of weirdo. But what I'm saying is, if the Jews fall, we're next, because Muslims don't give a shit about anybody but Muslims in their own sect. So if the Jews go away, what's going to happen is there's going to be a warring faction in Saudi Arabia against Iran, and they're going to fight. And whoever wins is going to go after Europe. And whoever wins that is going to come after us.
I don't
So
understand your foreign
Muslims,
policy. But God.
no, I'm serious. Muslims are serious about this. They want us all to die because we're infidels. They've said it repeatedly.
I don't understand. Like, who are you talking about?
No, I'm serious. This is the real deal. This is why leftists are wrong.
So the Saudi kings, the Saudi kings are one of the
This is
biggest.
the last stand. This
Oh my
is
God.
the last stand. You know,
Got it. But
this is all we got.
some of
This is all we got. We got Israel. That's it. Once they're gone, they're going to fight each other. Whoever comes out on top is going to come after the rest of us, just like the Ottoman Empire. And they're
okay,
going to roll because they got the oil.
that makes no geopolitical sense. But got it.
It makes plenty of sense.
Well, some of the biggest, I guess, distributors of some of these extremist ideas, and less so with ideas, but more so with money and black market money and weapons and shit like that, as far as Saudi Arabia is concerned, they'll host, John Cena doing a wrestling move the next weekend. All right? So it doesn't make sense if they're so against Western, quote unquote, Western values or ideas. They'll host sporting events. They'll do all that shit. Trump will go there himself and grab a golden ball or something.
People and throw women and throw gays off roofs and shit like that.
Yeah, they support a lot of guys that do that, but that's not feasible for businessmen.
This is not a hill that leftists want to die on, fighting for Muslims. It's stupid because they want to kill us all.
Yeah, see how you're leaping from, you're not even in left field, you're in foul territory, like from a faraway distance, having no clue what the fuck the stories are about, and you're saying that shit instead of like actually applying it to the real
I'm
world
serious.
we live in.
Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Let's say Israel just collapses and there's no more Jews and it's all Palestine and it's all a bunch of Muslims. Guess who's going to fight next? It's going to be Iran versus Saudi Arabia because they're two warring factions. That's never went away. Whoever solves that, it's not going to be Saudi Arabia. It's probably going to be Iran because they're more militant. Guess what you're going to have? You're going to have
You would have already had
the
World
Ottoman
War
Empire
III at that point.
again.
If Israel collapses, you're already
You're
at
gonna
World
have
War
it.
III. You're already there. You know that, right?
Yeah. Hope you like Sharia law.
This fool, no fucking clue. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Here we go.
United States, but to say that they are the most influential is simply not what's that, Josh?
The most, I don't know.
Well, snack time.
What are you?
I'm not going to go there.
If
and
you're
say
still
that
watching this video,
okay, they're going for comedy there. Did they get a guy that looks kind of like Quarter Black Jared and replace him with, like, did they replace him with that guy? That's hilarious if they did that. That's just like shameless. But also, listen, once you hit a certain peak as far as viewership, you're good for life because there will always be an idiot that is willing to, let's be real, dry hump your content for as long as they can to I don't know. It's what gets them up in the morning or something like that, or when they're working, they want to hear this podcast or this 3-hour video or whatever the fuck, whatever it is. It's like, man, but it's like, why are we dick riding dweebs like this? Like, this is a small human. Like, he's a small human. Personality wise, he's a tiny guy, and his policies, oh my dear lord. Oh my dear fucking lord. Oh, it's like the devil wash his hands over the earth type shit. That's his policy, bro. It really is. Wipe human beings off the earth is his policy. And take hegemony over everything. That is Steven Crowder's actual geopolitical policy. And it's like, you should be afraid of that, but hey, what the fuck, man? It's 2025, bro. Sometimes you gotta just dance around, bro. You gotta do like Kyle does. Like, hey, man, if someone's doing something bad, and if I like them, keep your mouth shut, or I'm gonna shit on you instead. Instead of pointing out how wrong they are, I'm gonna shit on you for getting in their way. And Crowder's like, I could do that too. Watch this. He'll do it in a lot dumber way, but he'll do the same thing. And yet both of them are telling you we're the right side. We're the winning team. That's where politics is. That's where it's been at. These are just like new aberrations of the same thing through, I guess, social media and editing and acting and comedy skits and yada yada yada. It's the same fucking bullshit. These people, I don't think actually care about regular people, bro. Be real with you. Keep it a buck. They either think I don't care about you anyways, or yo, you're gonna get in our way, so that's why I can't care about you. I need you to get the fuck out of the way. I know better for you. I will do better for you. Thus, I can't listen to you at all. That's where we're at. In politics, at least. But hey, you know what? Good luck, guys. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, bro. Go slap some high fives. Come back to me later and tell me what happened. What went wrong. Please, go ahead. But for now, I am done. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Donate. All links in the description box. Check them out. Read them. Share them. Donate. Please. Thank you. And with all that said, give this video. Good guy. I say go. This is like a rare time I do this. Go to Crowder's video and give him a thumbs down too. Give me and Crowder both a thumbs down, please.
Say you wanna get in.